This looks like a good one. Hello my friends, my name is Catalina and this is my craft channel. I usually record in the corner of my home where I do all the sewing projects, but today I'm out here on the patio trying to record a podcast, my first podcast, and I hope not the last one. It is very hot, it is very humid as well. I live in South Texas, to be more precise, in the suburbs of Houston, where at this time of the year is very hot. Today I think there were at least 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I am working on a project that I have to talk about right now because in a few days I'm gonna finish it, and it's gonna be a finished object and not a work in progress. But before I show you that, I want to let you know you can find me on Ravelry as Knit and You Too. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below this video. And you also can find me on Instagram as Cat Can Do with 3 O at the end. So yes, today I'm working on this sweater and I'm sweating on it. This is a bottom-up sweater. It will be my the third I make in this way since 2018. I first made 2 sweaters at the end of 2018. No, at the end of 2019 I made my first Bridari sweater, and at the end of last year I made my second Bridari, each of them for members of my family. And now I'm working a sweater for myself, or a jumper, or I don't know what other name this can have, a pullover. So I started bottom up. I know people don't like to work on projects like this from the bottom up, but for me, how I usually do all my knitting, although I made a cardigan from top down and enjoyed it, but yeah, this one I started with a lace pattern that I'm gonna show you from a book. It is very like a scallop, and I also have 2 panels, or I use 2 sections of lace that represent tulips or lilies or something like that. I don't know if I followed the pattern in the right way, because in the book is described as if you knit it back and forth, while this sweater is in a circular mode. So I don't know if I followed right the pattern, but it came out very nice. Also the sleeves are in the same way constructed. I started with a lace on the bottom, and then as I worked up my way up, I realized that trying this on, because it is not hard to try on a sweater that you start from the bottom. You just put one more circular cable and just try it on. So when I tried, I realized that it's gonna be too tight on breast area, and so I increased every 10 stitches. I increased one more, and not only that, I worked some short rows to make a bust dart, mimic a bust dart. and this way I enlarged the sweater in this area. So I after that I put together the sleeve and the body, and I started the raglan because I forgot to mention that I'm working this as a raglan pullover, and the raglan line I'm working a lace pattern that you find also here. So now I'm at the shaping of the neck. I don't know if I do a good job, but I will see. I will pick up the stitches, so I might probably end this pullover with a tubular edge. Anyway, so yes, this sweater is worked with 100% merino wool that I purchased from a company called a Chick That Knits, and it ends in Z, not in S. So a Chick That Knits, I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below, where I will put all my information. And yes, the colorway is duck pond. I don't know if they are dyeing this color way anymore, but the owner is very nice, and if you contact her, I'm sure she has something similar in her shop. Anyhow, so it was very nice to work with this yarn. It's a fingering weight yarn, and my gauge was close. I don't usually swatch for gauge, but I start the sleeve, do the counting of the stitches, and see if I need to relax my knitting or to change the needle size. So yes, this is my now is a work in progress, but very soon it's gonna be a finished object. I keep this project in this bag that I made that has a oval bottom, and it holds its shape very well because I used in between the layers, I used a special material that I don't know how it's called. It's used for crafts, for baskets and purses, and the top is very soft and I can roll it down. I'm probably soon going to punch some holes and draw a string through them so I can tie it, but I feel no need for that right now. The next I have is in another bag that I made with fabric from Joann Fabrics. It's very cute, this little bag, and I'm working on these socks. I've seen many projects like this. This is a slip moss stitch, I think. I don't remember the pattern, where I got it from. The yarn that I use is Felici yarn. I don't remember what's the colorway, but you might recognize it. I cut the yarn and I used this contrasting color from this colorway for the heel and gusset, and it was really a joy to work with this yarn. I'm holding together this yarn with drops. I think it's 100% merino as well. It's a cream color, but I can remember. Yeah, so it's a moss stitch for the cuff and the upper part of the foot, and just regular stockinette for the bottom. The second one I only have to put the toe. So I even bother making a tutorial of how I knitted this sock, but it's not yet finished. It seems that every craft channel needs to have its own tutorial, so I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna put the tutorial for these socks. I hope next time I'll show you a finished object. I forgot to show you the book that I use for my pullover. This is a very well known book in this community of knitters. It's called Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible. There is another book on Japanese knitting, but I can remember the name of the other book. Let me see. Japanese 250 Japanese knitting stitches. It is advertised on the back. So I used a pattern that its number is 204. Is right here where you see 204. And the tulips or the lilies, I got them here. Of course, I only used one strand, one repeat of the pattern. The pattern has 26 stitches repeats, but I only used probably there are 10 stitches here, and the whole panel has 20 stitches. So going back to that, I can show you a finished object that is this pouch. And I made a few more to give to other people in case they like it. This is fabric that represents Texas state, and the zipper was longer, but I cut it. Inside it has a canvas, regular canvas, just to make it sturdier, and I have interface, iron-on interface. It was very easy. I will probably film a sort of tutorial or a show-off of me doing this. So something else to talk to you about. I don't have any other projects that I'm working on. I don't like to start many projects. I do have my husband's sweater, but I don't have it with me. I will probably show it to you next time because it's going to be in a stage of work in progress next time I will podcast, if ever. So I can show you my purchases. I purchased recently this simplicity pattern that I'm going to try. I like this one, the adult jump, or what is this? I'm gonna turn it into a dress. So I'm gonna make a dress like this. I have a burgundy fabric, and I also have one that is sand color. I'm gonna give it a try and make this one, and with the leftovers I'm gonna make one for a little girl. So another thing that I purchased in a store, a fabric store in our town here, this is flower. So you can make a flower. There in this little packet is different pieces of this project cut. And they have they are iron on, and the seller is the Raspberry Rabbits, Michelle May 2019. I'm gonna give you the link down below. Maybe you like this design. Let me show it to you again. It's very beautiful. You can apply it on a pillow or on a bag. I'm thinking you can make a bag and apply this to it. I bought this when I met with a couple of friends for lunch, and we always give each other's presents, and so I found this very nice for all of us to work on. So Ohio rose. I'm gonna try to make this, so next time I'll show you another finished object, right? So I don't know what else to talk to you about. Now it's a bit breezy out here and it's really nice. I'm having my tea. It's a regular green tea, or all I could tell you is I got it in IKEA, but I don't remember the name of the particular tea or flavor I'm having. It has to be something with ginger. And I'm taking all my teas with lemon. I really like the combination. It's very hot out here, and I'm gonna just put an end to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'm not gonna keep it too long. Until you see me next time, I wish you stay out there safe and do what you can to keep yourself out of trouble. Enjoy your walks outdoor and the sun and everything that nature brings. I'm gonna put some clips that I filmed in my backyard, and they're very nice. So until I see you next time, I say goodbye to you and let you know that I am really grateful for you spending these minutes with me. Bye.